Hello everybody, Jose Ortiz with AndroidPolice.com. Today we have an unboxing for you of Sony Ericsson's XPERIA X10 Mini. The X10 Mini was announced in February 2010 at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, and it was actually announced alongside the X10 Mini Pro. The X10 Mini and Mini Pro can be considered just expansions of the X10 line and a smaller option to its bigger brother, the X10 proper. But let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we have inside. Before that, of course, we got to take a look at the packaging. Nothing too fancy about it. Very standard cardboard box, very simple. You have the image of the device on the front along with the branding. Surprisingly, no specs anywhere around the box, just branding and some logos. Now this is the E10A, which supports the 850 megahertz band for US 3G, along with the 1900 and 2100 bands. And of course, up front we have the device itself. Nice little slot there. It's actually extremely small, but let's go ahead and set that aside for now. Nice little splash screen design on the insert. But let's go ahead and take a look at underneath it. You have a wall charger. This is a US standard charger. Like I said, this is the US version of the X10 Mini. On the charger itself, you have a USB port because you will be using USB to micro USB to charge it. And here is that cable. As you can see, standard USB to micro USB. And you can use that for data as well as the wall charger. We have some earphones with a standard 3.5mm jack, and what looks to be an inline microphone with a single answer call and call button. This is pretty neat. Some additional back covers for your device so you can swap them out, give it a different look. You have a hot pink and a lime green. The hot pink one has this nice little fade at the top. It kind of fades to a lighter pink. I'm not sure if that comes across well on video, but nice little design on there. And of course, your usual pamphlets and information. Alright, but let's go ahead and put all this stuff aside for now. And let's take a look at the X10 Mini itself. Take it out of its wrapper. And as you can see, it is extremely tiny. It fits completely in the palm of my hand. Not sure if I may be too small almost, but definitely extremely small. It has a 2.5-inch screen with 240 by 320 resolution. And of course you would expect a small screen on this device. Not sure how that's going to affect some of the apps that are currently in the market. It has a nice soft touch back, but the front of it is glossy. I mean, you can see the lights being reflected off of that pretty easily. Right. But let's go ahead and take a closer look and tour at the device itself. Alright, so up top we have a earpiece, a speaker grill, so you can of course take calls with the phone. You have the Sony Ericsson name at the top. Of course you have the 2.5-inch screen. You have the XPERIA series brand here at the bottom, along with 3 hardware buttons, which are back, home, and menu. Along the right side of the device, you have a volume rocker, up and down volume rocker. You have a dedicated camera button. This is actually a 2-stage button, which is really nice. In my opinion, there's too many Android devices out there lacking a dedicated camera, and the fact that it's a 2-stage focus to shutter button, I think, is great. Now these buttons are integrated into the back, as we saw in the accessories, and I'll swap out one of the backs to show you. But these buttons are integrated; they're not part of the device, attached to the device itself. Along the bottom here, we have a 3.5mm jack. Now I know you're probably asking, well, why is it longer? Why doesn't it look like it? Well, the circular piece of it is a 3.5mm jack, so it does support your standard earphones or headphones. But that extra little notch is used by Sony Ericsson. They have official accessories that they do produce for the X10 Mini. Some of those accessories may come with a device when you purchase it. It really varies by carrier and region. So that just supports additional accessories such as speakers or enhanced earphones, headphones for music playback control, and so forth. Here you also have the microphone piece, a little hole there, and you also have a cover for the micro USB port. Alright, now I'm not sure if the cover is such a great thing in my experience, especially when it's a charging mechanism. It becomes a hassle to have to open up this cover every time you want to charge it. Hopefully it's strong and durable enough to take all that use. Along the left hand side, actually it's plain, nothing along the left hand side, but at the top, of course, you have your power / standby button. Alongside the back, we have a 5 megapixel camera, so pretty high pixel count for a small device. We also have a speaker grill here at next to the camera, and an LED flash. And then some additional Sony Ericsson branding. There's their logo, their actual name, and the Xperia series branding. Right. Let's go ahead and take off the back really quick. See if I can. There we go. So as you can see, the buttons, the hardware buttons, are actually built into the back, and they just access this. Before I actually swap out the back, I do want to make mention that the battery is built in. Because it's such a small device, they had to pack it in. It's not user swappable, but it does support micro SD. So here's the micro SD slot. It comes with a 2 gig micro SD card, and of course here is the SIM slot. But as you can see, no access to the battery itself. All right, let's go ahead and put one of these little brightly colored covers on here. Alright. Now it's surprisingly easy to take this cover off. It's not that difficult. You don't feel like you're going to break the foam like you do on other kind of snap-on backs. So this is actually pretty well executed for being a snap-on back, and actually doesn't look bad with that brightly colored back. Alright. Of course, I've already mentioned plenty of times that it's extremely small, but just to put it into context, let's go ahead and put it alongside its bigger brother, the X10 itself. So there you have it, the X10 alongside the X10 Mini. As you can see, it's dwarfed by the X10. Of course, the X10 sports that huge 4.0-inch screen. But just to give you an idea of size and how small it really is. Now the X10 Mini does appear to be a little bit thicker, but of course they have to pack in those things into that small little package. But trust me, the thickness is nothing compared to the tiny size of this device. You have it side by side, and here you can see it's just a little bit thicker. And it might be the angle there, but it is a little bit thicker. And there's the back. Alright, so that is the X10 Mini. Of course, stay tuned to AndroidPolice.com for first impressions and a full review.